What's up, guys? I'm Nobody Special. It's time we asked ourselves, what are we teaching our kids about personal finances, about money, about economics? Because chances are it's absolutely nothing. You ready? Hit it. Thank you for joining me. I'm Jack Gamble, and I'm Nobody Special. Folks, it's time we have a frank conversation about what we're teaching our kids, if anything, about money. Now, do you remember those commercials from a few years ago? Talk to your kids about drugs or somebody else will. It was a public service announcement. It was meant to get parents to have that conversation with their kids because other people were going to give them the wrong information. You wanted to arm them with knowledge ahead of time, right? We all remember those commercials. Well, I want to put a spin on that. Talk to your kids about money. Talk to them about finance and economics. Because if you don't, nobody else will. And I mean nobody. Now, before we get too far into this, I have to ask you folks, could you please like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell. It really helps me out. It helps me to keep this channel growing, and I'd be forever in your debt. Now, I have to say, I have had some conversations over the last year or two with a couple of young college kids and recent college graduates, all right? And I want to talk about a couple of repeating themes I've seen with a lot of these young adults. Number one, most of them have no hope of ever being even remotely wealthy or successful. They have largely resolved themselves to being broke for the rest of their lives. All right, they have given up before their life has even started. All right, and it's sad. And folks, these are not dummies. These are college educated, pretty intelligent kids, right? You know, they come from middle class families, and they have already accepted the fact that they're never going to get anywhere in life. That the deck is so stacked against them that they never have any hope. And folks, that is a condemnation of us. And when I say us, I mean the generations before, because we have taught them nothing about finance. We have taught them nothing about how to improve their lot in life. And worse yet, we have taken their hope from them before they even get started. And another theme I've seen with a lot of them is a lot of them blame student debt for the reason why they'll never get anywhere. And I've asked a lot of these folks, okay, let's talk about your student debt. What is the interest rate on your student debt? None of them are able to tell me the interest rate that they're paying on their student loan debt. They don't know. How can you amass 6, 7 figures of debt and not know the interest rate you're paying on that? Well, nobody taught them to pay attention to that. Again, that is on us. That is on the generations that came before them, because we have sent these kids off to college and we have told them this is how you succeed in life, and they have made themselves into indentured servants. And we didn't warn them to pay attention for those interest rates and watch out for how much debt you're signing up for. Worse yet, we oversold them on the value of that college degree they're getting, and now they're graduating. They're $200,000 in debt, and the best they can hope for is a job that pays $40,000 a year. Another thing, most of these kids don't pay attention to their credit cards. Most of these kids that I've talked to all carry balances on their credit cards month after month after month, and they have no idea that they have made slaves of themselves, that the interest rates on that credit card debt is so high that the interest is accumulating faster than they're paying it down. So they are working for someone else's benefit. They have sold themselves into slavery for stuff. Chances are stuff they didn't really need to begin with. That is a failure on our part. We have failed to prepare these kids for life in that regard. Nobody has taught them anything about managing finances. So I have to ask you folks, what are we teaching? What are you teaching your kids about money? Are you teaching them anything? Because I can tell you, if you don't, nobody else is going to. The education system is totally asleep at the wheel on this subject. And I mean absolutely asleep at the wheel. Think I'm kidding? A lot of these college graduates that I was talking to, they were elementary education majors. So these are teachers. These are the people who are going to go populate the education system. And they have no knowledge whatsoever of the basics of personal finance. And they are off to teach our nation's youth. They are not going to teach your kids anything about money. And look, I want to pre-apologize to all the teachers that are out there. Some of this, if you're a teacher, this might be hard for you to hear. But most teachers embrace that same defeatist ideology. Oh, investing in interest rates and paying attention to markets, that's just something rich people do. That's not for me. I'll never be like them, so I'm not even going to pay attention to that. Not realizing how much of their life is being influenced by decisions being made in their absence. That even though they don't pay any attention to it, it still affects them, and they don't realize it. And worse yet, in a lot of cases, we're arming people with incorrect knowledge. We're teaching people take your paycheck and put a little bit of money into a savings account, and you can save up and you can get somewhere in life. Well, that doesn't warn them that, hey, that savings account is only paying you 0.1% interest. Meanwhile, inflation is eating away the value of that savings at a rate of 6%. So you're swimming against the tide. You're losing money putting that money into a savings account. And a lot of the young kids, a lot of the young adults right now have no idea that that even happens. So to all you parents out there, I have to tell you, it is absolutely vital that you start teaching your kids about managing money at a very early age. Now, you don't have to sit down with your kids and teach them stock charts, all right? There's some very easy things you can do. First of all, educate yourself about your own interest rates, because if you don't know what the interest rate you're paying is on your credit card debt or on your student loan debt, then you sure as heck can't go teach your kids anything about it. So are you educating yourself is the first question. If you're watching this channel, chances are that's a yes. The other thing is to start small. Teach them the value of a buck. First of all, I always give my kids jobs to do to earn money. Even if it's more work for me to give them the job and to show them how to do it, it's a good lesson for them. It's teaching them work ethic at a young age. It's putting them in a mentality of earning. I think that's a good lesson for a kid to develop at a young age. The other thing we do is in the summertime on weekends, we like to go treasure hunting. We'll go to yard sales. We'll go to thrift shops. I'm always out looking for old sterling silver and vintage toys that I can flip on Facebook or on eBay. And I've actually taught the girls how to look for things that they can flip on eBay. And my kids have actually flipped a couple of things on Facebook Marketplace and on eBay, and they've actually made some money for themselves. The other thing that teaches them is how far their dollars can go if they're choosy about how they spend it. Now, when they look at toys in the toy aisle at Target, they're blown away by how much it costs because they're thinking in their head how far that dollar would go at the thrift shop and how much more stuff they could get for themselves. They'll still ask for new toys for birthdays and for Christmas presents and things like that. But already at a very young age, they're thinking about how far they can stretch their dollars if they pay attention to what they're spending. And they're always looking for an opportunity to buy low and sell high. I've already taught them how to trade at a young age, and they don't even realize it yet. And I decided to do that because the education system simply will not teach my kids about money. It doesn't. So as you're sitting back this weekend, I want you to take a step back from your current situation and ask yourself, what are you teaching your kids about money, if anything? And remember, if you're not teaching them, then nobody else is going to. Guys, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this video. Again, I hope you have a nice weekend. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell. It really helps me out. In the meantime, live small and dream big.